Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture is My Life. Now, I've had a few messages over the Acupuncture is My Life app from a few individuals. Well, one from Japan and a few from Europe. Different countries, Italy, Spain, the Netherlands. I can't remember the other one, but offhand. But they're concerned because they don't have easy access to an acupuncturist. An acupuncturist, well, they said miles, many miles, but it could be somewhere 100 miles, 50, 75 miles away. And getting to an acupuncturist for regular wellness visits, they found to be difficult. And there was some where there was only one acupuncturist in the area, and they have a long waiting list. And I do understand, because I hear that from several of my colleagues globally, especially in South America. The waiting list is long, or the United States Virgin Islands. Waiting list is long. They cannot accommodate, many patients. I understand that. They can only see a certain amount of patients per day before their chi is just burnt up. And then an acupuncturist is no longer a benefit to a patient at that point. Some individuals don't understand that. And I find myself explaining it to them, but I don't want to drift off from the topic of today. And that's what are ways in which you can improve your memory? And memory basically is that overall capacity or ability of our brain to store as well as analyze information so that we can have access to it later on. But as we age or suffer trauma, whatever, our memory can begin to slip. And I understand many individuals begin to feel that they're senile because they can't remember certain things. And I've told many individuals, don't get too concerned. Why? Because you can it doesn't matter how old you are, you can train your memory. I know acupuncture is, in my opinion, the best route, but not everyone. And there are thousands that listen, and I'm talking tens of thousands that listen to Acupuncture is My Life podcast every day. And there are certain things that I discuss because they don't have that ready access to an acupuncturist. Some of my advice has been able to help them, and that's awesome. Now, when it comes to memory, you don't have access to an acupuncturist. Some individuals, when I do virtual sessions or they request a virtual session, I'll show them certain acupressure points that are great. But outside of that, there's a few things you can do on your own that can help with memory loss. One is meditation. Why? Because meditation sort of breaks things up and helps an individual navigate or sort out their thoughts. Meditation's been proven to reduce problems with concentration as well as improve a person's ability to memorize. But For this to be effective, you really have to get into meditation. You have to pretty much practice it assiduously, okay? Establish a routine. Another way to improve your memory, do a lot of puzzles. Very challenging. Because it stimulates concentration and memorization skills. Do a lot of puzzles. Great exercise for your memory, for your brain. Mine, Sudoku. That's my favorite. I dabble with crossword puzzles every now and then, but do brain challenging games. Get into a chess club if you can. Something else that's great for memory outside of acupuncture is reading. That's a brain activity. Reading. I mean, reading actually improves the performance of your memory. Okay? Reading is great. Great brain exercise. Because when I say to you health is wealth, right, I'm not just speaking from a physical sense. I'm also including spiritual as well as mental. Why? Because I simply understand it. The wealth is not in an app on your phone or in the stock market or your mutual fund or retirement account. It's not in the bank. It's not in the safe. It's not in your purse or in your pocket. It's not under your mattress. It's not in the shoebox in the closet. It's not under the doghouse in the backyard either. I understand that the wealth is in you. Every acupuncturist understands that. Okay? Another is like photographing things. Visual memory. Working on visual memory. Allowing, which naturally, unconsciously we all do. But just imagine like being conscious of doing it. Just look at things. And then try and associate words with them in order to better remember it. Because you can strengthen visual memory with mnemonic means, meaning like more or less associating an idea or even a word with an image. Because most of society globally utilizes visual memory more than anything else. More times than not unconsciously, of course. But, make that conscious effort. Now, you know what else is great for strengthening your memory? I say it all the time. Remaining active. Exercise. Why? Because let's just take competing sports. Stimulates blood flow to a person's brain. Enhances mental agility. See, when you exercise regularly, you have the ability to reduce memory loss. Why? Because exercise helps with a person's cognitive capacities, especially with emphasis on spatial memory. So if you can, like, make jogging a hobby, jumping rope, spinning, or even just regular cycling, you'll notice improvement in intellectual performance. Trust me, you will. And these are awesome things to do outside of, in my opinion, the best thing being acupuncture. Another, during Eastern nutrition consultation with an acupuncturist, he'll adjust your diet if you're having issues with memory. Why? Because a well-balanced diet plays an important role in the functioning of our meninges, which is in the brain. So you really want to eat omega-3, foods that are rich in omega-3s, like salmon, which I tout so much, herring also. Why? Because foods rich in omega-3s are good for boosting brain activity. That's why I say it's more to it than just seeing an acupuncturist to get needled. It's way more to it. I mean, seeing a physician on an annual basis for your regular annual checkups and regular visits, wellness visits with an acupuncturist, you can't go wrong. Another thing I tout so much is getting a good night's sleep. That's important for brain activity. Because when you're sleeping at night, your neurons tend to organize and classify information that you've received throughout the day. Memory improvement. Right there. Boom. And I speak of a good night sleep in so many past podcasts. And there's ways like to train your brain every day. Just like if you work out a lot, you exercise a lot, you train to compete, you can train your brain. Just doing different things, making appointments, working hard. Not just hobbies, but in your own business or even at work. Try and make appointments, for example, without, resorting to some type of alarm or reminder. Practice remembering on your own without assistance. Try that. There are several things. I mean, acupuncture, in my opinion, again, is still number one. It's still number one. But puzzles, different types of brain exercises tend to reconnect neurons in the brain and facilitate all learning over a period of time. Just taking that little break from work and just doing a puzzle or something on the side. It's great. It's awesome. And what you also want to do is attempt to avoid stress. Sometimes we have stressful individuals in our lives. And if you can get away from them or stressful situations like work or where you may live, the objective is to get away from it. because stress negatively impacts memory. Being calm allows for concentration, better memorization. So you want to avoid stress, get into some breathing techniques to help control your thought. All right. And these are just a few activities you can engage in if you don't have easy access to an acupuncturist. And I know a lot of you listening to this podcast or past podcasts have been getting upset because I've been reading the messages on the Acupuncture My Life app. And if you don't already have it, download it. It's free. Your App Store, Google Play Store, download it. It's for your benefit. So much to take advantage of. But definitely download it. It's free. And it's worth it. You can ask any question you want to Acupuncture My Life regarding any disorder or disease you may suffer from, and if acupuncture can be of benefit. Read some of the blogs that are very, very educational. You can access Acupuncture My Life, social media platforms, all of them, including YouTube channel on the app. There's so many advantages to having it. But I understand many of you globally just do not have that immediate access to an acupuncturist, and have found listening to these podcasts to be helpful. But there are more and more trained acupuncturists coming out of schools now, and it's in such demand globally. Hopefully, one will be near you soon. And when one is, along with those that have access to acupuncturists but have not gone to see one as of yet, do so. Make acupuncture part of your life. Because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?